What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Bulls to the Wall Trading. This is my watch list for Wednesday, February 27th, 2019. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. For those new viewers, welcome. This is a channel that I made to encourage people to learn how to trade. I do these live broadcasts. I try to do them every night, and I go over my day trading stocks that I'll be watching tomorrow, and also the swing trading stocks that I'll be watching tomorrow. So if you're interested in learning how to trade, or if you have any questions or anything like that, you can feel free to ask me any questions, subscribe and like, and hopefully you learn something from these videos. Um, Please make sure you check out my website, bullsofthewalltrading.com. I have a course available on there. I have all my social media accounts on there, and I also have a free newsletter that you can sign up for. That will be a newsletter that will get sent to your email, and it will include just tips, analysis, and things like that. So if you're interested, check that out, bullsofthewalltrading.com. I'm not a financial planner or a financial advisor, so anything that I discuss here is just for educational purposes. So please do your own research. I'm not here to tell you what to buy or what to sell. I'm just here to give you information, and then with that information, you can make your own choices. So if you're looking for somebody to tell you buy this stock or sell this stock, this is not it. This is not that channel. I also have a free chat room through the Discord app. I'll leave the link in the description of this video as well, so you can check all of that whenever you can and in your free time. I'd love for you guys to join that. I'd love for you guys to check the my website out. And enough of that. So let's just get into my watch list. So, like I said, I go over the day trading stocks that I'll be watching tomorrow, along with the swing trading stocks that I think have potential for a swing play tomorrow or within the coming days. So we're going to start with day trading first. And I always like to put my chart in a 1 day, 5 minute candle. This basically means that we're just looking at a 1 day where each candle is 5 minutes. So before I get into why I like this stock, I just want to let you guys know, for those new viewers, that there's many different ways of trading. So just because I trade a certain way does not mean that that's how everybody trades, and does not mean that that's how you have to do it. One of the biggest things when it comes to investing and trading and learning how to invest is finding out what works for you. Just because this way works for me does not mean that it works for you. Just because something makes sense to me does not mean that it needs to make sense to you. So part of the hard thing of learning how to invest is just gathering information and putting everything together and figuring out what makes sense to you and what works best for you. So I just wanted to make that clear, because a lot of people might think that this is the only way to trade, and that's not the case. So just wanted to say that. So the first one that I have is ACB, Aurora Cannabis. So the reason that I like this stock, usually for day trades, I like a stock like that's pretty much like this. It's going to the upside, it's making new highs, and it's just basically killing it, ripping it to the upside. So what I like to do is I like to trade momentum, or other people like to call it trading the high. So what does that mean? What it means is, again, we're looking for a stock that is trending to the upside and it's making new highs. What we like to do is we like to identify the high of the day, which right now is at $7.88. And as you could tell, it's right there right now. It's literally on that high, so it might make a new high as I'm speaking. But what we want to happen is for the price to break above $7.88 with a good amount of volume, and that could indicate that it's going to make a new high and continue that trend upwards. So that's basically how you trade momentum. You identify the high of the day, and then you're just waiting for the stock to break above that high. And if it has good volume, you can invest in that stock, hoping, and that's a key word, hoping, that it goes up to the upside. I say hoping because nobody really knows what these stocks are going to do. It could break above the high of the day, and it could only go up 2 cents and then come crashing down. So you need to be very, very careful with this, and you need to have a backup plan. I always tell you guys, you always need to have a backup plan, because you never know what's going to happen. So another reason why I like this stock is this gray area right here. This is the market closing. or the after hours, if you will. So from here, from right here to over here, this stock has been trending to the upside even after the market closed. So right now it has a lot of momentum, and I'm hoping that that momentum carries it over until tomorrow morning. So right now, again, the high is $7.88. Most likely, tomorrow morning it's going to have a new high, and if it does have a new high, then you would just draw a new line, a new resistance line wherever that high is. The next one is MNKD. All right, so similar situation here, not that big of a move. Let's see, well, yeah, it made a pretty decent move, about 16%. So it had a nice little spike up and it made a high of $1.80. So that's where we put our resistance line. And the rest is what we always do. We identify our resistance line and then we say that we want the price to break above $1.80 because that is the high of the day and that is where the resistance line is. We want it to break above $1.80 with good volume. And that, again, that could indicate that the momentum is going to keep going and it's going to keep making higher highs. In regards to the volume, I like to usually see 500,000, 700,000 in the volume. Like for this candle right here, you can see the volume right here. For this candle right here, 641,000. So that's pretty good volume. Volume is a thing that makes these stocks go. Volume, consider it throwing gas on a fire. That's basically what volume is. So the more volume that you have, the better it'll be. So that's why having a stock with a lot of volume is very important, because that means that a lot of eyes are on that stock and that a lot of people are buying and selling that stock. So MNKD, we want to break above $1.80 with good volume. And the last one is FTR. Here's another one. This stock was really flat today, and then right after the market closed, it just shot up to $3.13. Okay, it had good earnings, I guess. So that's why it shot up. So where's the high of the day? It's right here at $3.13. Now it has a lot of ground to make up, so this is probably a long shot. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it can continue to move up in the after hours slowly and maybe in the pre-market, if it gets close to that 313, I think this would be a good one. Again, it's a long shot because it's currently at around $2.80. So it has a lot of ground to make up. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's definitely one to keep an eye on because you never know what these things are going to do. And let's look at the volume for this candle. I'm sure it was big. So if we look at it, oh no, it wasn't that big. Oh, because it was after the market closed. So not a lot of people can buy and sell after the market closed. That's why. All right, now we're going to switch it over to swing trading. So for swing trading, I like to change my charts to a 1 year, 1 day chart. So what we're looking at is an entire year, and each candlestick represents a day. I think I have some. Let me see here. All right, so these are some that it's going to take a couple of days for them to develop. The first one is UUUU. So I drew these lines right here. Oh, let me see if I can. No, you can't really. I can't zoom out. Let me see. That'll work. So I drew these lines here because it's trading in this channel. So you can see it's bouncing off this blue line right here, and it's bouncing off this blue line right here. So it's trading within that range. So eventually it's gonna start coming down over here, and if it breaks above to the upside, that will be a good sign. That will be a breakout. And if you are somebody that likes to go long, then you would go over here. If you're somebody that likes to short, then if it breaks above this blue line, then that would be an indication that you can short it. But again, this one's going to take a couple days until it kind of decides what it wants to do. let's see, CCJ. Let's see why I have this one. This one's kind of the same situation. It's trending in this pattern. Again, it's being restricted to trading basically within these blue lines that I have drawn. Tomorrow, if it continues on this pattern, it's going to have a green day because it's going to bounce off of this blue line. And eventually, again, it's going to have to make up its mind if it's going to go above the blue line or below the blue line. So that's one to keep on watch as well. GPOR, same situation here. It's trading within these blue lines. So again, this one's one that's going to have to develop within the next couple of days. And if it breaks above this blue line, that means it's a bullish sign and it should go up. But if it breaks below this blue line, that means it's most likely going to go down. I have a lot that are just pending several days. Oh, this is a good one. And I think this is the last one. INO. So this is more of my traditional pattern that I like to swing trade on, which is basically a bounce play. I usually like to find a support line that I have drawn right here, this blue line. And I just like stocks to go down to that previous line of support, which you can see right here. And I just like a bounce play off of previous line of support. So this stock went from $6.30 all the way down to about $3.63, which is a previous level of support right here. So it's no coincidence that this stock came down and stopped right where it stopped over here in the past. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. If it continues to rebound up, this could create a nice opportunity for us to invest and potentially go up. So somebody in the chat is asking me about FTEG. So for that person on FTEG, is that for a swing trade or a day trade? So let me just bring that up here. So FTEG for the Earth Corporation. Oh, this is OTC. So I'm just going to give you my advice on this. Let me go to a 1 day, 5 minute swing trade. Okay. Okay, so again, I'm very careful about giving advice because I don't want people to take what I say and run with it. So what I'm about to say is just my advice. Doesn't mean you have to take it. If you see value in the stock, then go for it. Me personally, I don't trade OTC stocks. So right off the bat, I don't like this stock because it's OTC. On a day trading chart, it looks pretty bad. Let me go to swing trade. You know what? This stock is dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. So, I mean, it has some potential because it's so low. And then it has gone up to all the way up here. So there is potential in this stock. I've invested in stocks like these before in the past where it's something that went up and then it came right back down and I just invest. And if it just goes down a little bit, I sell. So it has potential, but me personally, I don't like OTC. If I were you, let's see, support is like right here. So let me draw a line right there. So let's say you buy in right here, I would put like my stop loss like at literally like right there, just to prevent yourself from losing any money. But again, I don't trade OTC, but I can see why you have interest in this one. Oh, and it has some news for the state of the art CBD. So is this a this is probably a cannabis company, I'm assuming. CBD extraction and productivity facility located in your facility. Okay, so okay, that makes things a little bit more interesting because the okay, yeah, I see that lesson learned. use stop loss. Yes, stop losses are very, very important. And it's a weed stock. Yeah. So, it now I see why you like it. I mean, weed is probably going to take off within months, if not years. So, this isn't a bad one. If you want to be patient with it, you can hold this one on for a while. It's dirt cheap, and you never know what's going to happen. I'm just kind of wary because it's OTC, and I've had bad experiences with OTC. But weed stocks are taking over, and this one might be a diamond in the rough if you just kind of buy it and hold on to it. It might take a while, but you never know. You just got to be patient with it. So that is that. Does anybody else have any other questions? Do you have any other stocks that you want me to check out? And I'll check that out for you. Um, uh, oh yeah, there was one. I mean, I'm looking at your comment here. All of my portfolio are wheat stocks. There was one. Was it Tilray? Tilray. I remember when this one was 20, but I remember seeing this one and I was just like, oh my God. I was thinking about getting in, and then it just, oh God, just seeing this chart, it makes me want to cry because I missed out on an opportunity. But yeah, I mean, they've been taken over, and I don't know if you were watching my earlier video, but I have Aurora Cannabis as one of my potential day trades for tomorrow because of this, and it already made a new high. It already made a new high, so we would change this. We would delete this and make a new line right here at 789, but that's going to probably change again by the morning time. So um, just got to be careful. Um, yeah, ACB is this one's going to be a good one. I mean, that chart is beautiful. That's what you want to see. Trump in China. I mean, the markets have been all right. I haven't really been paying attention much to the news because it just brings me down just watching so much negativity and so many people talking crap about each other. But listen, the markets are doing good. Unless something drastic happens, I don't see anything bad happening in the markets. Last thing I heard is that China was willing to negotiate a new deal with the U.S. or something along those lines. So it's way better news than a couple months back when they were going to tax us on some stuff or something like that. I stopped watching the news because it's too much. It's really way too much. Um, but yeah. Uh, so if you don't have any other questions, by the way, thank you so much for watching the video and asking some questions. I'm glad that I was able to answer those questions for you. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to the video. And if you want, check out the website that I have, Bulls to the Wall Trading. I have content on there and information on there. Um, do I day trade or swing trade? I do both. Um, Mostly, I'm more of a swing trader now, but I started off as a day trader. I think everybody starts off as a day trader first because it's you think that you're gonna make fast money and easy money, and then you have one big loss and it slaps you in the face, and then you kind of go back to the drawing board. Um, um, but yeah, I mean, I day trade every now and then, but if I had to pick one or the other, I would probably do swing trade because it's way more relaxed. It's way more. It's not as hectic. Day trading is very hectic. It's very nerve wracking at times. So if I had to pick one, I would do swing trading for sure. Oh, thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Can you day trade for a living with 30,000? Absolutely. You just have to be careful. I mean, man, I if it's hard. It's hard, man. Day trading. If if you're not careful, you can lose a lot of money very, very, very fast. So what I would recommend is if this is your plan, I would recommend just paper trading until you're comfortable, because day trading moves so fast that you can lose those 30 grand in a couple of months. Um, so my advice to you is just to practice day trading until you feel 100% comfortable with the speed of the trading, how things happen, how things move. Because I mean, you can make a lot of money, but at the same time, you can lose a ton of money in a matter of minutes or seconds. So, and again, that's why I kind of switched more to swing trading, because it's not as hectic, it's not as fast. But I still day trade every now and then, but with smaller accounts, with smaller share sizes, just to kind of leverage my loss in case it goes down pretty fast. But yeah, absolutely. With 30K, you can do it. You just have to be very, very careful and know exactly what you're doing. So that would be my advice. Um, I don't know if you have any other questions, by the way, but let me just look at Snapchat because this one always interests me. Um, ooh, it's coming back up. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's true. Paper trading didn't help me. It didn't prepare me mentally. Famous saying by Tyson, everybody. That's very true. That's very true. Then I would just then recommend, if you're gonna day trade, then day trade, but buy like 100 shares at a time. You're not gonna make a lot of money, but it'll get your feet wet. You don't want to buy 5,000 shares, on your first trade, and God knows what's gonna happen. So if paper trading didn't help you, if you didn't focus enough, or if you didn't feel like it was real enough, I would just trade in real time, but just buy small shares. 50 shares at a time, 100 shares at a time, and then you'll see how fast it is. You'll see the speed and the pace of it, and then you'll be able to kind of tell if it's something that you want to do, or if it's something you kind of want to shy away from. So I definitely know what you're saying, because I kind of had that too. So God. So just try that and maybe it'll work for you. Try trading real time, but with small share sizes. So in case things don't go your way, you'll only lose like a couple bucks. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But yeah, Snapchat is coming back. Man, I should have bought down here. I was thinking about it too. Oh, my Snapchat? No, I don't. I don't. I mean, I have a my personal one, but I don't. I mean, it's just for me and my friends. I don't really do anything with stocks on my Snapchat. I just like watching the Snapchat stock, because from when it started, it was up to like 18 bucks, and over time it just came crashing down. So I like to look at stocks like these, because it goes from high highs to like all the way down here. So it's just, to me, it's fun just watching these companies and seeing how they're doing, just how they fluctuate. It's pretty funny. Like, look at this one, Garmin. I mean, this one shot up the last couple of days. It's crazy. There was one, man, I don't remember which one it is. It was like a couple months ago. It was like trading at like 20 bucks, and now it's at like 2 bucks for some reason. I forget which one it is, but I don't know. But oh, no problem, no problem. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are learning something. Anytime I get positive feedback, it means a lot to me. So if you're learning, that's what this channel is all about. That's why I make these videos, so that you guys can learn, and hopefully that you guys can see that it's really not that hard. You just got to take your time. You just got to study. You just got to put in the effort and put in the time, and you'll get it. I think that a lot of people just, want to take like an hour course and start trading the next day, and it doesn't really work that way. You got to put in the time. You got to study, and it's just like everything. You put in the time, you'll get it. If you don't put in the time, then you're not going to be very good. That's all it is. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for the questions. I hope I answered all your questions to the best of my ability. Again, anything that I said, it was just my opinion, but feel free to do whatever you want. And let me know how it goes with those stocks that you invest in, and especially that wheat stock. I wasn't aware of that one. So for everybody else that's watching the replay, you can join me when I do these live streams. If you have any questions, if you have any stocks that you want me to check out, you can drop them on the chat on my while I'm doing the live stream, and I'll answer all your questions. Please make sure you check out the website, bolstofthewalltrading.com. Make sure you check out the free chat room that I have. Make sure you check out the course if you are interested in learning how to trade, and make sure you check out the free newsletter that I have. And that's all on my website, bolstofthewalltrading.com. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching in the chat room. Thank you for the questions. I appreciate it. I'm going to leave it there, everybody. And you guys have yourself a wonderful evening.